Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice is an incredible achievement for developers Ninja Theory. It's a very unique game with an unsettling atmosphere, excellent character building, and an engrossing narrative. If you've read our review, you know we're already fans of the game, but another thing we mentioned is how stunning Hellblade is visually. In this feature, we're going to take a look at the PS4 Pro and the PC versions of Hellblade, and take a deep look at just how well the game runs on both systems from a technical standpoint. For our PC version, we ran Hellblade on a rig with fully maxed out specs in order to avoid any potential bottlenecks, using a GTX 1080 Ti with 16GB of DDR4 RAM and a Ryzen 7 1700 processor running at 1080p. The biggest advantage the PC version has, though, is that it runs a steady 60 frames per second. The frame rate doesn't see many dips, and this impressive performance has a positive impact on several other aspects of the game, including things like controls, movement, and the camera, all of which feel and look markedly smoother and more fluid. 60 frames per second is, of course, also available on the PS4 Pro version with 900p resolution. The base PS4 version does remain capped at 30 frames per second. The higher frame rate on the PS4 Pro is definitely appreciated. It's not nearly as steady as it is on the PC, but compared to the base PS4 version of the game, the action is a lot smoother. There really isn't too significant a difference between the three versions of the game. Even the base PS4 version already runs at close to maxed out settings, but each progressive version just dials things up a little bit more. Aside from the frame rate, there are some other differences between the different versions, such as shadows, extra detailing on some objects such as walls and clothing, and the lighting effects. Post-processing is also lower on the PS4 than it is on the PS4 Pro or the PC versions, but these differences are only barely noticeable and they're never glaring. Hellblade is a beautiful looking game that doesn't have many significant performance issues, and that's true regardless of what version you're playing. The PS4 Pro version has the upper hand over the base PS4 thanks to the 60 frames per second capability, but the PC version is the best of the three, thanks to the steadier 60 frames per second. The differences, though, aren't really that big, and if you're looking for a definitive version of the game to play, as far as technical aspects go, PC obviously takes the lead. The PS4 Pro version isn't that far behind, though, but in the end, no matter what version of the game you buy, you're not going to go wrong.
Get down.
What's she waiting for?
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it.
She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Your fault. Don't give up. Don't. You did this.
What's to come? Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold.